What's my name? Well, I know his name. His name is Kyle on the mic.
On the mic.
Event host, radio personality extraordinaire, joining us live.
You know, it's the last Friday of the month, so you always got to end it with good vibes and energy. So I'm glad to be here.
That's right, because rent is almost due.
After this, you ain't got no money.
Jesus.
Listen, it's Friday. You ain't got no job. Well, you actually do have a job.
You know, God is
doing
good.
an incredible job doing it. Tell us a little about what you've been working on.
You know, recently I just hosted National Dance Day at the Kennedy Center. It was an amazing day out here in D.C. at the Reach. It was amazing, you know, great vibes. All different people, diversity. Everybody came in together just to do one thing they love, and that is dance. So I think dance has just been on my radar this year. You know, a lot of dancing, and it's great vibes. You know, hosting events. You know, we're booked and busy, so God, that's a good thing.
You're always up tempo, even in your energy. And a good thing about Kyle too, I've seen you do events across the city and beyond. You're always the same.
Thank you.
You always bring it.
Always.
And people appreciate
it.
Can you give people a wake-up message this morning?
They need it, the weather.
Get up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. Hey, you're a celebrity dish with Kyle on the mic, so get up off the bed. Hey, come on now.
Hey,
Come on.
That's freestyle.
Thanks for joining us here on Celebrity Dish, and we got major stuff to get into.
Oh, let's talk about it.
We needed that pick-me-up.
Let's get into it.
First one.
Come on.
First up, former Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight is speaking out about the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. Those two have been foes since the early 90s.
Yes.
He spoke with News Nation's Chris Cuomo, saying that many notable names in the music industry, like Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, and more, were fully aware of his crimes, but none of them are speaking out. Suge told Cuomo that Diddy learned his behavior from heavy hitters like the late Andre Harrell, Russell Simmons, and Clive Davis. He also says the drug use, the assault of women, and other things that Diddy witnessed from others in the industry made him feel that he could get away with the same thing, allegedly.
Yeah.
You know, these are still charges at this point. What do you make of Suge Knight speaking out on this, and should we listen and put any weight on what Suge has to say?
I mean, let me say this. Suge Knight has been around since the origin, since the beginning, you know, so I don't say everything's alleged right now, but I'm sure right now there's a lot of people who are saying fluff. Like, I know people talking about the Kim Porter book, they were saying that's fake. A lot of people are saying a lot of things. So I'm not going to say 100% he's wrong, but I would say, you know, there's a lot of truth to it, you know, and of course we have their personal feelings from Diddy, so of course people would add their 2 cents to make it, you know, more on their side versus on his side. But it's a crazy situation, and things are unfolding. There's a lot of evidence, tapes, documents. So it's like people are saying, look, music is about, yes. People are saying, oh my goodness, the baby. People are saying it's about to be
1,000 bottles of it.
Jesus, 1,000.
Yeah.
But people are saying this industry of our legends about to be pretty silent, because a lot of people is going down. Mary J. Blige. All right?
Well, you know, one thing I noticed, and I shared this with Steven, we were talking on air the other day, when we see other celebrities come under fire or have cases on a variety of things, normally you hear at least a couple of people come out and say, well, let's not judge them until, or come out in defense. This is the first time that I can recall where it's like radio silence. No one's saying
because
anything.
it's a lot of heavy hitters, allegedly, that people are saying are involved. Like, people are stepping down from CEO positions. People are stepping down from, you know, higher positions who people are saying were allegedly on these lists and had these invitations to these parties.
And even if they didn't do it, maybe they were there.
Sometimes
so
you're guilty by association, and some people just don't know what could be happening.
Well, you know, the interesting thing, I listened to the interview with Suge and Chris Cuomo on air, and I was listening to it, and I just thought to myself, I said, wait, Suge Knight is responding to all of this? In fact, the call cut off short early because he's obviously
behind bars.
He's obviously behind
Prison.
bars. My thing is what do you gain from that, right? Because I don't think Suge Knight, in most cases, is a credible source. I think that he's been involved in a few different industry kind of parties and conversations, but he also has this beef, so we can't really latch ourselves to it. He did bring up Clive Davis, and saying that Diddy was influenced by a lot of people who also did this. I'm not sure if we can use him as a credible source. There was a moment in the interview where he said, well, if you're gay, that's okay. And I thought that was an interesting conversation, because they're obviously attaching him to his sexuality. They're now questioning these conversations. But I don't know if Diddy has, I don't know if he has any connection to Suge enough to make that conversation work.
I think also the larger question, which you're touching upon, is making sure that we're separating journalism from entertainment.
Exactly. Because we all know that the new wave of journalism is not credible. It's a lot of he say, she say, Twitter retweets, what people think, making TikToks. People want to, a lot of people want to go viral so quickly, so they're finding headlines and not valid sources or valid information to just go viral.
And I do believe that this interview walked the line.
He didn't fact check any of it. Chris Cuomo didn't fact check any of that interview, which is tough because you now have people taking these claims and running with them, which is unfair.
We just got to see what happens in court, and we'll, of course, keep you updated on all of this. Let's move on now to the war of words being shared between Cardi B and her estranged husband, rapper Offset. The couple split over the summer and don't appear to be close to reconciling after Cardi took to Instagram to respond to claims that he made that she cheated on him. While on live, Cardi accused her ex of trying to make her jealous by moving on to other women before adding that she was over the drama and, quote, too much of a woman for him. What do you think of this back and forth publicly in a relationship?
I think a lot of these relationships, I always was talking to my friend about this. I don't want to say everything's like a PR stunt or things like that, because celebrities are going through a lot, and sometimes since they're celebrities, you'll be thinking it's all this a facade, or that you got money, you can just get over it. But I think, Cardi B, sometimes you have to, really go through it to realize, and if it is, all this is allegedly true, I'm glad she's, moving on. I think Cardi B has a lot to, a lot of music, a lot of other things, a lot of ventures that she needs to focus on. And maybe, this break from Offset and this official break, legit break, if it's real, it's great. But, I know she just announced she's doing something with WWE. So I'm like, okay, all this stuff is now folding out now since it's happened. So I'm like, is this real or is this a PR stunt?
And then also the last time they were beefing publicly, they came out with that single Jealousy.
Exactly.
Remember, it was right
so
after
I think this is all ammo
and...
to promote the album, because I think it's about that time. So you need something to get the views. And this is going to get the views because now we're interested in what's happening with Cardi B.
But if it is true, it makes me sad. For
Yes,
any couple,
we don't want to bring up a happy home. You have kids, and everybody's saying, why did she have a kid with him? And she knew this wasn't happening. People are saying, she wanted to make sure all her kids had the same father. It's a lot of drama. It's ghetto.
And to your point, there are a lot of celebrities going through a lot of things. There are celebrities who have kept that under wraps.
On the wraps.
They're not trying to put this out in the public.
We don't need to know.
Because she's been on IG Live and things like that. And I think some things sometimes don't need to be on the limelight.
There you go. It's kind of like a desperate cry for help at this point. Let's end on a happy note because we want to turn from chaos to congratulations. Virginia native Shaboozey, Woodbridge, Virginia to be exact, racked up at the People's Choice Country Awards last night. He attended the ceremony in Nashville at the famous Grand Ole Opry House. The country artist from Woodbridge took home awards for Best New Artist Song for his hit, A Bar Song, Tipsy. The entertainer shot up the stardom, of course, after being featured on Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. Queen Bee did not take home any awards because, I don't know, was she nominated for any in this one?
She was not.
So that's why she didn't.
Yeah.
Shaboozey made sure, though, to recognize her during his acceptance speech. He's had quite the year.
Give the people who had helped put, this, a little spotlight on you flowers. Now, we know the controversy thing, people saying Beyonce's not getting nominated for the CMA Awards and a lot of country things, but she definitely used this album to really shine light on the people like Shaboozey and a lot of amazing artists who were on the album who are now getting the flowers that they deserve. I'm so happy for them. A DMV native, shout out to DC, Maryland, and Virginia now, but we love to see the talent here really get the light they deserve, and especially Beyonce shining light on country, because let me tell you, you see a lot of country-themed parties, and everybody, the country it's been there, but I think now more of our culture is getting more hip to it, and people
culture taps it.
Yeah, when culture taps it keeps going. We have a lot of talented people because country started with us, so we deserve our flowers and also deserve our awards.
And we're going to keep asking until he comes. Shaboozey, please come on, Good Day DC,
come on,
and show us some love.
Hey, we got whiskey over here too.
Come on, Good Day DC. Come on, bring over some whiskey. Hey,
that's how I know how to do it.
Come on, do it, Lord. Let's do it.